I came here today to sow the seeds of true intelligence. I see an urgency of change, increasing artificial intelligence, domination, or the AI domination has drastically transformed individual, society, and the world as a whole in ways hundreds of years before men could have only possibly imagined of. So we are here today to investigate and understand what do we mean by education, what is the present system of education, its consequences in our daily life, and what is true intelligence. After that session, it will be followed by the awakening program, which is structured into 3 transformative sessions. One is physical exercises, second is breathing techniques, and the third is meditation. It is so much important for you as you grow up that you understand the reality that you live in. So in 3,000 years, men have fought 15,000 wars. Why there is so much hatred, so much violence in this world? So there must be a complete insanity, because 25 years we educate ourselves and we come out from it, become a scientist, a professor, in many fields. But those are the people who make the atom bomb, the hydrogen bomb. All these things comes from your education system today. So it is important for us to understand this thing. If World War III happens in our life, in this world today, then definitely there will be no World War IV. Because we as a human race, the plants, the microorganisms, everything on this earth will be extinct. So I'll tell you a little example of what if the World War III happens in our time. As we all know, when we study the science, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. So in 100 degrees Celsius, if you are thrown or put into that water, how will you feel? Maybe in 2-3 seconds, you might die, right? So in 100 degrees Celsius, we know that in boiling water, if we put ourselves, we will die. But one atom bomb, you heard of it, you learned of it. In Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the atom bomb was dropped, right in World War II. Nearly 1 lakh people died in few hours in Hiroshima when the atom bomb was dropped. The heat generated, the temperature generated by it was approximately 1500 degrees Celsius. So in 100 degrees Celsius, you see you cannot survive, right? But in 1500 degrees Celsius, iron melts. The iron melts in 1500 degrees Celsius. And let's see. So 1500 degrees Celsius, there is also not that much of a temperature. In 2500 degrees Celsius, the iron vaporizes. Like the water in 100 degree boiling point vaporizes, right? The same as in 2500 degrees Celsius, the iron vaporizes. We have hydrogen bomb, which is 1,000 times much more greater capacity in destruction. One hydrogen bomb, the temperature of a hydrogen bomb is 10 crore degrees Celsius. So what do you think? Forget about the human race. Not a world will survive. If World War III happens, there will be no World War IV. Now approximately 50,000 hydrogen bomb has been developed by human. For what? In the hands of few people, the mass destruction of humanity is possible. When you go out of the school, there will be a completely different situation, a completely different atmosphere. And in this increasingly dominated artificial intelligence generation, where everything, the jobs taken over by the AI, everything, you can compete with the AI. The AI is much more powerful than the human right now. The father of the AI specifically cautioned about the danger of the AI. Without phone, you cannot even eat food. Forget about the phone calls. You have to keep your phone in front of you, check some videos, and then you can eat. So much of insensitivity is created in your mind. So, what happens to our brain? The patterns of the brain, the psychological function of who you are, when you listen to me, now you're giving the undivided attention to me. Why do you come to school? Is it to educate yourself or to pass the examination? To pass out 6th standard, 7th standard? Why do you come to school? You ask yourself this question today. This is very important. Because of our negligence, because of the hatred, I will comment later, the education system. But of this system of education that we belong to, this has created the utmost hatred in humanity. How will you survive? The jobs taken over by the artificial intelligence. Everything has been dominated by the machines right now. The applications that you use right now, the Facebook, the Instagram, these are all, if you begin to understand how they utilize the patterns of your mind, this is very irksome, this is very disastrous way of dealing with young minds like you. Because in 6th, 7th standard, you are exposed to unnecessary activities, unnecessary videos. So this is the programming of the mind. When you watch, let's say, Indian Idol or a singing competition in your phone for 5 minutes, you will want to give, audition to the Indian Idol. You don't know it, but at least watch that. Or if you watch, the dancing competition, you want to dance. You think that you want to do it. But it is the programming of the mind, the nature of the mind that is letting you to make it, to let you go into that zone. So it is important that we understand what is education, what is the education system that we are living right now, and the awakening of the true intelligence in each one of you. There is real essence, the purpose, as we can say, of living here on this earth. So let's begin the investigation, the observation of what the real education means. 25 years or 30 years we will be learning our entire life, going to the school from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our 25 years, we will be giving our time to the school and your academy. For what? In Manipur, in 2012, 7.12 lakhs youths were unemployed. And now it's been 13 years. In Manipur, how many people are unemployed? In the world, there are how many wars? In Manipur, we are facing the one. In Ukraine, in Russia, in America, in the Middle East, India and Pakistan. For what? This comes from our education. So what is education? If we do not understand the essence of it, we will create more dangerous weapons. We will be glorified to kill each other if we do not have the sensitivity of what our surrounding is, what our environment is. So what is education? So for the real meaning of the dictionary, I will give you this. It comes from a Latin word called educo, which means to draw out, to bring about, to lead out. So for that real meaning, it means to develop from within something. From yourself to draw out something. So if you read in the dictionary, the meaning is that. So do you know that meaning? If it means to draw out, to develop something, what have you developed? It has developed atoms, it has developed artificial intelligence where humans are not necessarily needed for our daily activities. So there must be a problem in this system. We will come to the point of what the essence of education is. Before that, the second part, what is the system of education that we are in right now? How many of you come to the school today to learn a new thing, to learn something new, that it is important, that it may be helpful in your life? Or have you come to the school today just to kill time? How many have you come to learn new things today? Raise your hand, let me see. What new things that can be added to your life? So the education system that we have today is based on competition, isn't it? What is competition? Competition means you want to be ahead of your friend, you want to be ahead of somebody else, right? You don't want to be at the back of your friend. So what does this competition create in your mind? It creates greed, right? It creates jealousy. When somebody is first or the second, so you wanted to be the next first in your class. You will memorize, you will try to by heart everything, not understanding the class or not understanding the lesson. You will try to by heart and overcome your friend and try to put aside, be number one in your class. So that is the system that we have right now. The competition which creates greed and jealousy. And with greed and jealousy, what happens in our mind? When you have that intensity of putting your friend aside, what happens to your mind? It creates a tendency of developing violence in your life, right? It creates violence. So from this, the basis of competition, it creates greed, jealousy, and from that greed and jealousy, what does it create in your mind? It creates a tendency of violence. So the whole process, the cycle of developing the atom bomb, the cycle of creating the artificial intelligence, the machines, the robots, these were all part of our education system, the basis of our education system, which starts from competition. So what do you think? This system will make us love your friend, In your chapter, in your class, in science, it is taught that love your friend, love your neighbor. Have you ever loved your friend? If you love your friend, you will never think in that ground where you want to put yourself, you want to put your friend aside. Because deep down when you go home, you wanted to be the first in your class. Because the way how we were taught, the system is to be the first. The society glorifies the people who speak the first. Do you know the fourth Prime Minister of India? Or the second Prime Minister of India? Who was the first Prime Minister of India? Jawaharlal Nehru. Because it is taught in our, this is the system that we are living right now. Because the society does not accept people who are in the back. Because if you have a photograph in your farewell, in your class, those people who stood first, second, third will be all in the front. Those people who are, those are the following ranks, they will sit at the back. What do you think? What does that create in your young mind? That you will think that in the next term or in the next year, I will try to sit next to my headmaster. Right? This is what happens in our life every time. 10 crore degree temperature. And what do you think 10 crore degree temperature, if it drops in Manipur, people who live in the hill will survive? When a hydrogen bomb, one hydrogen bomb, if it drops in Manipur, there is no chance or possibility of any living being to survive. Because it will create a 40,000 square kilometers. It repels 40,000 square kilometers. How many square kilometers is Manipur area? Any one of you? So it's approximately around 20,000 square kilometers, right? So double the times of Manipur can be destroyed by a single hydrogen bomb. So if it drops in Bombay or in New York or in London, what do you think? Modi ji can escape or Donald Trump can escape? It's a matter of few minutes. You can survive 5 minutes more. Right? Because there are approximately around 50,000 that kind of bomb has been made, developed by human beings. In the name of science, in the name of education, in the name of competition, with true intelligence, I dream, I hope of the world where you become responsible, where you love truly your friend, your neighbor, your family. I hope of that. And I came here especially to show the seeds of that sensitivity. And what is true intelligence? We have known what the education means and the system of education that we're living right now, and what is true intelligence that I've been telling you from the past 15-20 minutes. The real essence in the psychological structure of yourself, of human being, that is the utmost necessity of the human being right now. Without this, when you grow up, it will be probably, a world where you never want to be born in, So let's try to create at least what is in your hands, what you have outside of this Guru Nanak public school, or at least in Imphal area or the Manipur. So what is true intelligence? The true intelligence means the highest sensitivity. With this corrupt system, we have become a human being that is incapable of love. With true intelligence, this world can be saved. Because with that intelligence, there will be love, there will be empathy, there will be responsibility, and it is our responsibility, each one of you today. You are responsible for the world that you will be seeing in 5 to 10 years. I will demonstrate to harmonize the body, mind, and your emotions through breathing techniques and meditation, which is essential, because creating this sensitivity, you cannot just watch a movie or just by listening to me. I can create a little bit of fire in you, but without meditation it is impossible to awaken that intelligence. So I will be demonstrating to you how in your life, when anxiety strikes, when there is a point in your life when you are completely devastated, when you do not want to talk to your teacher, when you do not want to talk to your family, your friends, there will be things when you grow up when you do not want to share to the world. And that is the point where it will be necessary. The knowledge that I will be sharing to you, this will become necessary. Maybe not now, today, or in a few years, but when you grow up, it will be necessary